Thank you for joining us. This is Tech Talk on Galaxy, brought to you by Tamani Technologies and Systems. My name is Mpumi Mpama, and today we are talking about Wi-Fi. But not only Wi-Fi, but its advancement into the current era that we're in, where there's an increase in the number of devices in the world. Now, with me today, I have two special guests who will be helping me to unpack how Wi-Fi 6 will help improve our world of technology. Joining me in studio is Dr. Cleopas Sanangura, who is the founder of Tamani Technologies and Systems and proud sponsor of your favorite show, Tech Talk on Galaxy. And with him is Senior Network Solutions Manager at Huawei, Mr. Philly Mokwana. Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Doc, I'll start with you. Please explain how Wi-Fi 6 can help companies in their digital transformation.
It is very important that we are in this era of our life, and it's quite exciting that the research done by Global Industry Vision reflects that in the next 2 years there will be 100 billion connections in the world, making 2.6 billion people connected on the internet.
Yes.
That means the duty of connectivity, it becomes very critical because people get frustrated by the speed at which they can surf the internet, they can send email, they can do their research.
Yes.
Students want to get quick information, and also it costs companies time when your network is very slow.
That's right.
So Wi-Fi 6 comes as a solution for allowing efficiency in business processes and also assisting companies to make sure that in a normal 8-hour day, we are now able to increase that by almost 40%. That means employees that work 8 hours now can actually, within those 8 hours, they're able to work 10 hours.
Yes.
That means you have actually extended the span of life for people to be working. So that means you're actually adding more value from your human resources.
Okay. So, Doc, in this time that we're in, which is the pandemic that we're in right now, would you say that this Wi-Fi 6 and what you've just explained to us right now would really help when it comes to employees that are working from home and companies that are trying to keep in touch with productivity and if not improving it? Would you say that would work?
Not only help, but actually add value to their business.
Right.
As you work from home, there are so many risks that comes with people working from remote places.
Yes.
One of them is cyber attack. The other one is actually the slow connectivity.
Yes.
So if you remember the era of ADSL, you click, you go and make coffee, you come back, you click again, you go to the bathroom, you come back and click again, you go and smoke break.
Yes, yes.
At the end of the day, you've only worked 3 hours.
Okay.
So Wi-Fi 6 comes as a solution to make sure that there is a benefit of making sure that the time people spend working is actually increased from our normal working hours.
Yeah. That's interesting there, Doc. As Tamani Technologies and Systems, what really did you put in place to make sure that happens?
We have actually put funding available for our clients so that, because at the moment clients are not able to spend on capex.
Right.
So what we've done is actually to provide lease finance for the Huawei routers that we resell.
Yes.
So that clients don't rely on their balance sheet to finance the new technologies.
Yes.
So what we do is we provide off-balance sheet financing so that they don't have to battle with capex to make sure that they comply with the modern technology. So it actually assists clients that they're able to finance the new technology off-balance sheet.
Wonderful. Philip, please, let me engage you now. What are the main differences between Wi-Fi 6 and the other Wi-Fi generation? I know we're on the 6th Wi-Fi generation right now. What's the main difference? What makes Wi-Fi 6 special?
I think, thank for that question. For you to understand Wi-Fi 6, you need to understand the predecessor in terms of the technologies. But whatever that happens in technologies, if you're looking at the entire evolution, the very key thing that we're doing is throughput. If I were to put an example, look at network when you're talking about connectivity as you are freeway with the lanes and that, the entire congestions, the daily challenges that we come across as we're traveling from either our home to work. All those taking into consideration. By Wi-Fi 6, it's like what we're doing, we're basically opening more lanes so that we relieve congestions, and then we can have a free flow.
Okay.
So back to your question, I can answer that by simply saying the main things that we will see in Wi-Fi 6, firstly, is your throughput.
Okay.
Throughput, I'm talking about the speed that you can be able to surf internet or download whatever that you want to consume from the cloud and so forth.
Yeah.
The second thing being the latency.
Okay.
Where we're talking about bandwidth, latency becomes the enemy.
Right.
The delay that you're having, you can imagine now you want to go and watch a show, you want to stream something online, and then you have to go, as Dr. alluded earlier, and then you must go and make tea to come and finish off what you have started.
Take unnecessary breaks in between.
So that's the latency.
Okay.
Latency is another one that has become a challenge.
Okay.
So there's so many technologies that have been fine-tuned within the Wi-Fi 6 to ensure that you can be able to have almost to zero latency.
Yeah, but tell me this though, does this Wi-Fi 6 improve our devices that we currently have?
There is one other aspect on it.
Okay.
One key features that Wi-Fi 6 brings, it's called TWT, target wait time.
Right.
All it does, I'm sure you will have noticed if you're using Wi-Fi, normally you will complain about your consumption on battery.
That's right.
So with Wi-Fi 6, there is that feature which enables your phone, provided it's Wi-Fi 6 capable, that the AP that is talking to, it will take your phone into a sleep.
Yes.
And then you don't need to use unnecessary power consumption. Only when you're trying to send information.
Yes.
And then it will send a signal to wake it up.
Okay.
So that's some efficiency. There's a lot that has been done around it.
So definitely it will help with the devices.
Yes, it does. But it must be Wi-Fi 6 capable.
I get you. Well, we're going to go on a commercial break right now. And as we continue to chat with our technology gurus with me in studio, we're going to go on a commercial break. Just make sure that you come back and join us again. Tech Talk brought to you by Tamani Technologies and Systems. Welcome back. We're still talking about Wi-Fi 6. Now, Doc, would I be correct in saying that Wi-Fi 6 was built in response of the growing number of devices in the world? And is that the only reason, in your own words? And please tell us how Tamani is helping in that regard.
Not only for the increase in number of devices, but also the increase in users in terms of organizations as they grow.
Yes.
That means people also want to be on the network.
Okay.
So once you do that, that means you are driving from here to Cape Town.
Right.
Or to Cairo if you can.
Okay.
But there is only one lane. How do you increase speed? You can only travel at 120.
Yes.
And there are so many cars around you.
Right.
So what Wi-Fi 6 does is actually to improve the speed along the road to allow you to make sure that you get there on time.
Okay.
So the growth in number of users on the network reduces, or like what Phil is saying, the issues of latency comes into being.
Okay.
That then frustrates people in terms of users.
Yeah.
You have gone to different airports, for example. You connect to their Wi-Fi. You find that it's actually different from another airport. Why? Yeah. Because of the speed that you are able to operate at.
Yes.
So Wi-Fi 6 is actually a solution that allows users to enjoy the speed and save time when they are on the net.
Yeah. Speaking about speed, we know that it's 25% faster than the current that we had now, the 802.11ax.
Yeah.
Okay. So AC. So this one is 25% faster. You spoke about lanes, so you're talking about how fast it can be to connect and to carry the data as well to the destination.
Correct. So if you look at the traffic that you are carrying is data.
Yeah.
And the good thing with Wi-Fi is not only carrying, but it's also receiving.
Receiving as well.
So you find that the speed at which you download and upload becomes a very important component of this technology.
Okay.
So this technology is actually a game changer for our clients in the manner that it then allows them to save time. It allows them to be able to receive and send what you are not even seeing the effect of it. Yeah. What you actually look at is the speed at which you actually download or send information.
Yes.
So that means the world we are getting into, people talk about big data.
Yes.
What type of carriage are you going to use to carry big data?
Yes.
So you are having voluminous information that within a second you want to find out. Let me give you an example. If you look at people that look at video surveillance, you have got 90 days of video that you want to find out an incident that happened. But with the Wi-Fi 6, you're able, within seconds, find an incident, look for somebody in the video within seconds, because it is fast to find information, and you're able to actually get that value and save time.
Yes. Phil, in terms of lower latency, in regard to what Doc is saying right now, would you agree to what he's saying?
Absolutely. Actually, if you're looking at the Wi-Fi 6, there is what we call OFDMA.
Okay.
So with OFDMA, what happens is, if you were to look at how normally Wi-Fi operates, with Wi-Fi, we call it a half duplex.
Okay.
Because if you're having a user that needs to be serviced by an AP, that user at the time will be serviced by the AP, and the AP will only respond to the user in a half duplex.
Okay.
So if you're having 20 users connected at a time, the AP will service each user at a time. Okay. So there is a whole lot of waiting.
Yes.
So if you're looking at the predecessor, I'm talking about Wi-Fi 5 now, which is AC. They developed what they called OFDM. Okay. With OFDM, basically what you do, you take a subcarrier, because with Wi-Fi we're talking about radio signals here, right?
Yes.
You take a subcarrier, you take a channel, you divide it into subcarriers. Okay. And then you can be able to slot in users within those subcarriers, thereby increasing the concurrency.
Yes.
But with Wi-Fi 6, it went step ahead or more further in saying now, instead of having one user occupying the entire subcarriers, actually, we can, in a one subcarrier channel, put multiple users. Okay. We consume resources. Okay. We don't have to wait longer before you can start sending information. Okay. So OFDMA is the one that brings latency in Wi-Fi 6 so down to about 10 milliseconds.
Would you now say that's the solution for stadiums and retails and transportation hubs?
I will agree with that, absolutely. If you're looking at the Huawei, our product portfolio actually covers all the different scenarios. When we're talking about stadium, obviously we're talking about high density areas.
That's right, yes.
Where you're having more users more closer to each other that needs to climb in on the network. Again, if you're looking at the Wi-Fi 6, you can connect, on one AP, you can connect up to 1,024 users, as opposed to Wi-Fi 5 where you can go 512.
Okay, that's almost double.
Yes.
And also in addition to that, if you look at the Wi-Fi 5, 30 milliseconds and 10 milliseconds.
Yes.
If you do your maths, it tells you how much time you are adding to your day of productivity.
Yes.
So clients then benefit out of that 20 milliseconds of life that is added to their productivity.
Yes. So is this the solution for crowded networks, though?
That is the solution for crowded networks. So not only crowded networks.
Yes.
If you look at governments, how government works. Let's talk, example, Treasury, UIF, where there is a huge number of employees.
Yes.
They struggle with connectivity. Look at post office, struggle with connectivity. But if they implement Wi-Fi 6, it's a game changer in their business.
Yes.
So we add value not only to commercial or private sector, but also public sector, because this is a game changer in terms of how you save. Imagine SARS when they are running their e-filing and scanning of clients' text information.
Yes, that's a lot.
It's huge documents and a lot of data.
Yes.
But when they implement Wi-Fi 6, they're actually increasing their productivity and turnaround times. That allows them to actually deliver their mandate on time. Yeah.
So it's more. It gives you more productivity.
Exactly.
Just on that, the multi-user multiple inputs, and it allows more download or downlink data to be transferred at one time. Can you elaborate for us on that?
Okay. As I mentioned earlier, where I said Wi-Fi, actually we call it a half duplex technology, right? Now with the MU, your MIMO, from Wi-Fi 5, what happens, the development around that was you actually create multiple access points or antennas on your AP, so that when you're saving a user can be able to send multiple streams, thereby increasing actually your total throughput. But it doesn't end there. So with Wi-Fi 6, they went step ahead where now we doing multiple user, not a single user. With the MIMO, still having the number of antennas that you're having on an AP, but what you can do, with most devices, they support 2 spatial stream. Basically the number of antennas that you can be able to transmit. Because now with the Wi-Fi 6, you've got so many spatial stream, you can be able to save quite a lot of users at the same time using those spatial stream. Thereby gaining high concurrency and also a bigger throughput.
Yeah, I want to throw a question to both of you right now. A lot of things happen in the urban areas. We have a concern when it comes to the rural areas. How long do you think Wi-Fi 6 will reach there? Do we need to start exploring it in the urban areas first and then go there, or can it just go there and then people will be taught about it?
One of the limitation factor, connectivity.
Okay.
I know when we're talking about Wi-Fi 6, people tend to separate the infrastructure with the Wi-Fi 6.
Yes.
And I always say you can't separate the two.
Okay.
Wi-Fi 6 is part of your infrastructure level. It's part of your networking.
Yes.
Even if you can have a high-speed network, right? Once you put a Wi-Fi 6, your core network becomes an enabler for the Wi-Fi 6 to be able to carry traffic end-to-end.
Yes.
So the biggest challenge is the connectivity. You're looking now fiber to the homes and that. Obviously, from ISP perspective, it makes sense where they're targeting estates and all that.
Yes.
But we're saying we've got a crisis here. We've got rural areas, we've got schools, especially now where we're saying people can do online and that, but we're saying with Wi-Fi, right? It's not practical to install fiber everywhere. We understand it. But we can use Wi-Fi. We go to public areas where you know you can have a number of students, whether you call it library or learning institution, whatever the case might be. You can leverage using Wi-Fi. You don't need to build so many points where you want to install Wi-Fi to be able to service X number of students. With the capabilities that it's having, you can install a couple of points here and there. So then you just backhaul it.
I get you. So, Doc, it's not all systems go as yet.
No. Remember, in Africa, we are almost 60% rural, if not more.
That's right.
So that then creates a difficulty for the support infrastructure for Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So in some areas, things are changing through microwave link, others are rolling fiber. But what is critical, which is we need to deal with as Africa, is to focus on how do we improve connectivity. How do we make sure that the people who are farmers are able to use technology to improve their productivity. So that's where the world is going, and we cannot be left behind. Because for me to irrigate my crop, I must understand the moisture in the soil before I irrigate. So technology should be able to tell me now, today you can water your crop, because there is sensors that tells me when should I water my... So these are some of the things that we are pushing the likes of the post offices and so forth to say the era of carrying parcels is over. It's for them to carry data. So they need then to assist in the rollout of the infrastructure that supports Wi-Fi, so that they are able to carry data to the majority of the population. So we're still far off because of the setup of our continent, but we need to really push to make sure that we actually improve connectivity in the continent.
That's a great
just adding on that, what Dr. just mentioned here. Connectivity is very key. I know we're talking about smart cities, smart applications. As new things are evolving, smart things coming. But there is one dependency. It's connectivity. For us to be smart, we always need that connectivity. Hence, even the evolution from the networking perspective is more about throughput. It's more about capacity. If you miss that, then we are in trouble.
We're in trouble. I want to touch on a very sensitive issue right now that is currently happening, if not only in South Africa, but all over the world, gender-based violence. How do you think technology, especially now that there won't be a lot of buffering and latency and all of that, how do you think technology in this regard can help to decrease gender-based violence against women and children?
The first thing is the political will of our leadership to focus on security of citizens. This is what is very critical. In South Africa, we've got a lot of incidents of murders in universities, students rape and all these things. This can be avoided through technology. On this technology, you've got an app that says a student is studying in the library. It's now 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. I now want to go to my room. I press a button. I need security. The CCTV cameras around me focuses on my security until I get to my room. I press, I'm safe. The second thing that this technology allows is the Bluetooth enabled. It's able to identify the phones that are around me through the IME numbers to say you are close to comfort. It sends a signal to say
Right.
Mpumi is too close to Cleopas, there is danger.
Yes.
Then security will respond. So technology is able to identify risks around students, around women.
Okay.
The problem that we have now is that we have husbands and wives, boyfriends and girlfriends staying together for this lockdown period.
Yes.
This is a problem because people receive SMSs, somebody wants to know who sent you an SMS.
Yes.
That creates anger in some people.
That's right.
How do we then respond when there is violence? Somebody should be able to press a button to say I'm in danger.
Yes.
Then the second imperative is that who responds? Those are issues that we then need to deal with from a leadership perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go on a commercial break, would you like to respond to that?
Yeah, I just want to add on that.
Okay.
One other key thing we need to look, I know there's this hype, we're talking about digital transformation.
Yes.
In simple terms, all it means is the processes that we currently having now. Okay. Either we're doing them manually, where we're having backlogs and so forth.
Yes.
Now with digital transformation, we said, we look at our daily challenges, things that we're expecting, like we're experiencing, like the one you just mentioned now, when it comes to women abuse.
Yes.
By using digital transformation, we can be able to process whatever information that it's on hand.
Okay.
Thereby speeding up the process. So it's all about processes. The technology is there to guide us.
Yes.
But it's all about the processes. Changing the mindset and understand exactly what we're saying when we say digital transformation.
That's right.
Changing our processes digital. Network is there will be able to serve us.
Okay. Mr. Philly, in closing, what can you say then to our viewers when it comes to Wi-Fi 6 and when it comes to safety, when it comes to this pandemic that we're in?
I will say one key other thing that we mentioned here is connectivity.
Right.
As I mentioned, that you cannot actually isolate the Wi-Fi 6 from the infrastructure point of view, the infrastructure level. Connectivity becomes very key, especially now when we're talking about the Wi-Fi. We're talking about the mobility, where you don't have to run with cables. You can connect wirelessly.
Yes.
And again, if you're looking at what is currently happening, even from our number one citizen in SA, that broadband drive that they want to have to every single citizen actually. Wi-Fi becomes very critical in those areas.
Yes.
So Wi-Fi 6, it is a must. It is a way.
Wow. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us in studio today. We had a great time and it was very an informative show that we have had.
To add what he's saying is Wi-Fi 6 is now a way of life.
Yes.
Whether you're at home, whether at work, whether on the road.
Yes.
Wi-Fi 6 becomes a way of life.
A way of life.
So if you want to enjoy value around the time that you have, Wi-Fi 6 is the solution.
Well, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the show, and thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you join us for our next episode next week, Tuesday as well. And make sure that you have those messages coming through so that we can go through them. This is Mpumi Mpama, and this is Tech Talk. Join us later.